Now, how can you find peer-reviewed journal articles? Some of you already know this, and there's different ways to find them. You can use Google Scholar, but today I'm going to show you a different way to find them that is a little more reliable because it only takes you to fairly reliable journal articles. This is a tool that is only accessible to you through Texas A&M University. We have to pay for it. It's not freely available to the public. I'm going to click on the Resources tab of our class, and I'm going to go to the first link, which is the Class Library Guide. It's going to open up a new window. I recommend you check it out. It has a lot of useful engines. And I'm going to take you to Web of Knowledge. Now, Web of Knowledge is not necessarily better than Google Scholar. Google Scholar is freely available to anyone. Web of Knowledge is very expensive. The university pays for it for you. When you graduate, you may not have access to Web of Knowledge anymore. There's nothing wrong with using Google Scholar. The advantage to using Web of Knowledge, for our purposes, is Web of Knowledge only searches highly reputed peer-reviewed journal articles, whereas Google Scholar also searches less reputed peer-reviewed journal articles and other sources of information that are not peer-reviewed. So this takes me to the Web of Knowledge. Again, as I said, this is something that you only have access to through Texas A&M University. So if you're logging in from off campus, you may have to be logged in through the VPN network, or you may have to go through a proxy server. And if you have questions about how to do that, you can contact me, or you can also contact Help Desk Central, and they should know, or the library help desk will definitely be able to tell you how to get access to the Web of Knowledge or the Web of Science from off campus. And I'm just going to show you how to do a very basic search. So I'm going to write in impact of BP oil spill in Texas. All right, let's see if we can find any peer-reviewed journal articles about this. It didn't find anything. Well, maybe this is a topic that's fairly new. So let's look at an older oil spill. Impact of Exxon Valdez oil spill in not in Texas. So, and it's searching, and it just came out with 162 articles that fit this search topic: impact of Exxon Valdez oil spill. You may remember. You're too young to remember in person, but you may remember that the Exxon Valdez oil spill was an oil spill in Prince William Sound, Alaska. And here we can find a huge number of articles about the Exxon Valdez oil spill. These are all in peer-reviewed journal articles. And you can see here's the name of the author. Here's the title of the article, which gives you some information. This is the name of the journal, and this is when this article was published. So this is still, even though this happened in 1989, almost 25 years ago, this is still a hot issue, and we can still find articles published in this month, last month, about this is about the BP oil spill. So this is about our local oil spill here in Texas. This is about the oil spill in Prince William Sound. And there's some other information here that we might look at. Over here it says the number of times cited. What does that mean? That means the number of other peer-reviewed articles in this database, in the Web of Science, that have cited this article, that have used this article. So see, I didn't get that when I asked for BP oil spill, I didn't get anything, but here's the Deepwater Horizon crude oil. This article has been cited twice. Now, why is it important to know how many times an article has been cited? That actually tells you which articles may be considered the most important. Obviously, an article that was published just this last month is not going to be cited very often. If we go and look at older articles, let's see, we might be able to sort this by the highest number of times cited. This will give us the articles that other scholars have found are the most important. Not surprisingly, they're likely to be older articles. Long-term ecosystem response to the Exxon Valdez oil spill, cited 284 times. And look, this was published in Science, which you may know is one of the highest quality scientific publications. So let's go click on this article, see what we can find about it. In the Web of Science here, we can read some keywords about what this is about, and we can read the abstract, which is a brief summary. Now, I should mention, Google Scholar lets you see a lot of the same information. The format is a little different. But as I said, Google Scholar does not limit you to peer-reviewed journal articles. Now, I'm going to click on this link, Find Text at TAMU. And this is going to take me to see if we have it in our library collection. And we do. We have it in, we can get to it several ways. I'm going to go through JSTOR. JSTOR is a useful tool. JSTOR is a database in its own right that archives old journal articles and somewhat also new articles, but particularly useful for older articles. A lot of them are available in JSTOR. So here we can view the PDF of this article. We can also export the citation if you're using a software like Mendeley or EndNote or RefWorks. You can click on this link and it'll let you, you don't have to enter the information, it'll automatically create a citation there. You can view the citation in different formats. Well, I guess this only gives you one form of citation. This is not the APA style, but it'll give you all the information you need for the APA style. You can click here to view the PDF. I'm going to accept JSTOR's terms and conditions. And we're going to download this article. It might take a minute or two. It may be a large file. So here we go. Here's the article. And you can see lots of information. And there's a standard format almost all journals follow. They'll look different. They have a title. They tell you who the authors were. There's footnotes here that'll tell you where the authors come from. The footnotes, I think, are down here. So it'll tell you where these people are located, and it says who correspondence should be addressed. So if you read an article and you want more information about it, you can actually write to the authors. They'll be really happy. People don't do this very often. When people write to me about my journal articles, it makes my day. And then you can read all the information. It'll have references. This is Science Magazine, so the references, it doesn't follow APA style. References are numbered, and then if you scroll down, whoops, to the bottom of the article, you will get to see, it's a little slow, you will get to see the references. Now, you may have noticed, this is the Science style for references. You may have noticed that at the top of this page it says review. What does that mean? There's actually two kinds of scientific articles out there in the world. One kind is called a research article, and one is called a review article. A research article reports original research. A review article reviews other people's research, summarizes what all the research has been done on a topic. Now, even a research article will tell you some of the other research that's been done on the topic. But a review article is going to tell you a summary of a lot of different kinds of research. So this is a very useful article. Now, if we go back to the Web of Science, I'm going to take you back to the search. And we're going to look, oops, let's redo the search. And we're going to look at a non-review article because I want to show you a little bit about how to read these articles. Alright, this one says Oil Spill Identification, Journal of Chromatography. That looks like it's not going to be a review, but I'm just going to look at the abstract here. This is also a review article. It says this article briefly reviews most frequently used. So this is also a review article. I want a non-review article. This is not going to be a review article. This is the immediate impact of the Exxon Valdez oil spill on marine birds, published in the Auk, which is a bird journal, in April 1990, a few months after it happened, really. So we're going to look at this original research article. And it's also available in JSTOR. You are lucky to be at Texas A&M University. Through our libraries, we can access just about any article. So we're going to view the PDF here. This may take a minute again. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this so you can see it a little bit better on your screen. And I'm going to scroll down. And I'm going to tell you how to read this. So to begin with, of course you want to start with the title. A journal article title is usually not cute. It usually tells you what it's about. And then here's the abstract. The abstract is a summary of what the article says. Most articles have pretty well written abstracts, and sometimes you don't need to read the whole article. You just need to read the abstract. But let's say you want a little bit more information. Well, I usually start by reading the introduction. Introduction will tell me more detail about what the article is about, and it'll also tell me what other people have researched this topic. What is the new contribution that this article is making? Then there's the methods section. The methods section explains how they did the research. I often skip the methods section. I'm not that interested in how they studied birds on the impact of this oil spill on birds. I really want to know just what they found. So I'm going to skip the methods section. Here's the results. This is going to tell me the detailed results of what they found. It says that 54,000 live birds were counted. It's going to give me a lot of real detailed information about what they found. I'm going to read this pretty quickly, but I'm going to pay particular attention to any tables or graphs, because often the text is just summarizing the information in the tables or graphs. So we're going to scroll down, and often the second part I'll read after the introduction is the discussion and conclusion. That's where they tell you what the significance of what they found is. And that might be more important than knowing all the details of what they found. So I'm going to scroll down, and then actually another part of the article that I often read, you don't need to read the acknowledgments usually, but the literature cited, that tells you what research they were drawing on in addition to their own. So if you're doing a research project and you need more information, this will tell you everything that came before. Now remember, Web of Science will also tell you what came after. So if I click on this button here, this is the article in Web of Science that we were just looking at. Here it says time cited 138, and if I click on this link, it'll take me to all the articles written afterwards that cited this research. So that research was done in 1990, but now we can find out what research has been done more recently along the same vein. So that is how you can find and read peer-reviewed journal articles.